Mouni, it's been a long time coming to do an interview with you. So a huge congratulations, firstly, to you on
Thank you so much.
Brahmastra.
Thank you so much.
You were absolutely fabulous in the film. It was such a joy to
Thank
see you. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, look, I mean, Junoon has left such a major impact, and you definitely are no stranger, I think, on to playing roles, which is actually kind of based on Hindu history. I think, be it Mahadev, or certain stories in Nagin as well. So, tell me, to what extent would you say Junoon is perhaps a culmination of your career thus far?
Well, I think Junoon, like every other character that I have played, has been, okay, so to answer your question properly, I think work begets work. So I think my going from my one project to another has been like, this was something that was destined to come my way. But in the same breath, I would say it is nothing like any other character that I have played, because I have always played very, very positive parts. And, either a girl next door to even the character of Nagin, or Sati was a goddess. And in Nagin, she was just avenging her parents' death. And she came from a place of family and emotion, and love was a huge factor for her to do what she was doing. But for Junoon, I kind of had to unlearn everything that I had learned so far. She had had a quiet confidence about herself. She's fearsome, but at the same time, she should evoke fear while she's just looking at you or standing. At no point could she be caricaturish or loud or shouting. So it was a very thin line that we were treading constantly. And I think Ayan's directions were brilliant. He was very precise as to what he wanted from that character. He also kind of explained to me that I only had one relationship with one person going in the film, which is with Brahmadev. And like Mouni, me in real life, I'm so connected to Shiva or say Krishna in spiritually or karmically. So that's how Junoon's character was connected to Brahmadev. So, and we had to operate from that point. So no matter who I was having a dialogue with, what I was speaking to, whoever, however I was manipulating the whole Black Army, my actual true relationship or connection was only with Brahmadev, and we kind of functioned from there.
Yes.
So that was kind of difficult to understand and establish to begin with. But I guess while filming, I kind of got like the hang of the character and got into the skin of the character and so on and so forth.
Yes, I mean, like you rightly said, this is your first time playing an actual antagonist in a film.
Yes.
I think that too on such a huge canvas. I mean, it's such a huge win for so many outsiders and non-industry actors, So I think, I just wanted to kind of highlight that and really emphasize that. But listen, when it comes to a role like this, how diligent did you have to be when actually imagining where the effects will be included, or how you will have to do the main action? What were some of your reference points?
I didn't really have any reference points because it was like an original story. And, I think I can't take much credit for it because it was the team. All I needed to know and all I needed to do was to be very present on set. That's like very important. You could not get lost in what other people were doing, what, sound is going on, what lighting is going on. You had to be very, very present because, I have worked on green screen before, but not on this scale. It used to be like a stadium of like green screen, literally. And it was just, it was just empty. Like it was just a field of all green you could see all around, So I had to be very present. I had to be very focused on, but otherwise the team was fantastic. I knew exactly where to look, where the stones were falling from, what was happening where. I just needed to be present and to react properly to the direction, to be very honest. And that's what I did.
Right. Yeah. And I think because you have probably had green screen experiences before, that's perhaps why you were aware of how to position yourself and how to do all of that, right? Like when the effects came.
Yes, kind of. So I kind of knew what goes on on shooting on a green screen set. But this was very different, and it was on a completely different scale, to be very honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was such amazing. I watched it in 3D, and honestly, I think I've become a Brahmastra fan myself. Like
Thank you so
I've
much.
joined literally every YouTuber. I'm searching to look for conspiracy theories on
Series, yeah.
literally to
There's
find out.
some cool ones, no?
Yeah, actually, do you
Yeah.
know, to be fair, I have a few suspicions of my own about what I think about Junoon. I'm sure you probably are aware of what might be
Actually,
happening.
can I be very honest? No,
Yeah.
I'm not aware of it at all.
Oh,
And
really?
I don't know what happens to Junoon now. I have no
Oh,
clue.
oh, really? Oh,
Like,
God.
all honesty.
Well, that's actually a good thing then, I guess, for you, because then that will
Yeah.
also be a surprise element when you go back on
Yes.
set for the second
Yes.
part. So
Yeah.
that's great. But look, I think Moni, I think it can be rightly said that you
Oh, I
actually.
don't know if I'm in the second part or not, by the way.
Oh, well, touch
Yeah.
wood. Well, we're manifesting this that
Yes.
you in the
Let's
second
manifest.
part.
Yeah.
Please, we need Junoon. I want Junoon back. We need
Oh.
Junoon. But look, it can be said that you join a rich legacy of some iconic female villains. I think played by legends like Kajol, Rekha, and Priyanka Chopra, to name a few. So tell me, how important I think is it to create roles like Junoon at a time like this where we're seeing great characters prominently in Indian cinema?
Okay, well, so I really, really, truly believe this is a great time to be an actor. Not only in theatrical space, but I also think the OTT has had a lot to kind of give us in terms of whether it's prominent roles for female characters being written. They're meaty, and I truly, truly believe that it doesn't matter if it is positive or negative or gray, as long as it's substantial, it's adding something to the script, it's author back, and it invokes certain emotion. Like, everything, every scene, every character should have a purpose in the big scheme of things, or in the story. So if in the storytelling, and I think it's very, very important, because we are a country of storytellers, from north to south, east to west. We have so many cultures, so many religions, so many languages, such diversity. And I really, truly, I mean, women have 50% to add to all the societal concepts, structures, plots, subplots, life. So high time, yeah, we are given that much importance in our films and our OTT shows and stories as well.
हमारा सिर्फ एक मकसद, ब्रह्मास्त्र।
Definitely. And I think the fact that you've obviously worked with some, big names in this film. So tell me, what did you sort of draw in terms of what observations did you draw from their craft and the way they worked actually on set?
I think all of them that I've worked with, Mr. Bachchan, Nagarjuna sir, Shah Rukh sir,
Of course.
yes,
Shahrukh.
Ranbir, Alia. I mean, they are legendary actors, right? They are brilliant actors to begin with.
Yeah.
And suddenly when you work with them, you realize why they are where they are. Whether, in terms of discipline, in terms of, I have seen Ranveer, Alia being on set the whole time. They would just not go back to their vanities, and they would just be a part of the process of everything, of every single rehearsal take, and they would participate in everything. So it was just wonderful to see them like that. And I am not equipped to talk about Bachchan sir or Shah Rukh sir or Nagarjuna sir. It's my greatest fortune to be able to share screen space with them. So I was like a little puppy around them, all of them. They are so intelligent, so charming, such magnanimous as human beings, so handsome inside out. Like, what more can I say? Adjectives would fall short, to be very honest. So yeah, the takeaway is massive. And I just feel very fortunate to be sharing space with each one of them in one single project.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the way you were like, Namaskar, scientist. I think I love that sequence was amazing. I want to see more films with you and Shah Rukh sir, actually. I'm really
manifested. Let's manifest it.
Manifesting this for you.
Shah Rukh sir, are you listening?
I really want to see. I loved that whole sequence. I thought it was fab. But one thing, Moni, I wanted to kind of discuss with you actually, because something it's kind of bothered me a little bit actually, because I find that whilst it's great that the reactions have been really great for Brahmastra, and it's
Yeah.
wonderful, and it's doing really well, I'm sure, at the box office too. But I don't know if you've noticed this as well, but I've kind of seen that there's a bit of a double standards, I think, where films of this stature, for example, if it was in Hollywood, people would be loading it from beginning to end. But then when it's made in India, I feel like it attracts more skepticism. I mean, have you noticed this hypocrisy? And how do you feel? I think
What way do you
Brahmastra,
mean? What way do you mean
like,
skepticism?
for example, I mean, regardless of what the reasons are, right? I mean, because I'm sure Brahmastra, like every film, it has its plus points and it has its down points as well, which even I highlighted in my review too. But why do you think that when there are flaws of a film of this nature, it's emphasized a lot more, I think, in India than it perhaps would be in Hollywood, if you get what I mean. So why do you think this hypocrisy kind of exists, and how do you feel?
More than hypocrisy, I truly believe haters will hate, trollers will troll. I don't even know if there's a word called trollers there or not, but just focus on the love, focus on the positive, focus on what your actual takeaway is from this film, which is that it has been received well after a very long time. There has been uh, a film that has done well at the box office, and I just look at it like that, to be very honest. And no, yeah, I don't completely agree with you. I think the plus and the minuses and the skepticism and all these negative connotations that exist, they happen in Hollywood and Bollywood both. People who have to talk rubbish, they talk rubbish both places. It does not only pertain to kind of in our country. Yes, I think that's my biggest belief, that we've become complacent as viewers, because we love sitting in our comforts of our home, and especially after the pandemic, when we love to watch, and especially there's so much good content to watch on the OTT platforms, that we've become very used to kind of sitting in the comforts of our home. So if we don't have something great to go and watch in the theater, we wouldn't want to go. I think that also has a lot to do with, which is why if we didn't have the comforts of OTT, people won't be saying boycott Bollywood or let's not watch any films, because they would want to be entertained in some way or the other, right? Because they know they can be entertained sitting at home. But also those rubbish people who are hiding behind their screens, and phantom people rather, who are hiding behind their screens and trolling constantly. So you have to ignore them. You can't give it too much importance, to be very honest.
And I think an industry like Bollywood, or the film industry generally, is a supply and demand sort of chain, isn't it? So whatever the audience demands, filmmakers and producers have to deliver that as well. So I think it's also a balance of all of that too. But no, I think very rightly said, and I think very well put. But look, I think I'm going to take you back to Kyunki Sasvi Kabhi Bahu Thi days. I remember seeing you as Krishna Tulsi, and God, what a strong character that was. And I think I looked up to her quite a lot, because I used to watch a lot of these serials back then. And I think despite coming from a very popular Saas Bahu show, you never actually allowed yourself to be restricted on Indian television, like you also said at the beginning. So tell me, how difficult was it for you to avoid getting stereotyped and bracketed, especially at that time when Saas Bahu setups were very prominent?
I wish I could take credit for it, but I didn't. I can't. I think I can only take credit for what I chose to do with my career, in terms of like whether it was the reality shows that I did. I love, but it also comes from the fact that I love what I do. I love dancing. I love acting. So I knew that even though I was acting in TV serials, it was very important for me to kind of for people to see me as Mouni, and how she was and what she did and how she spoke. And I think shows like Zara Nach Ke Dikha, Jhalak Dikhla Ja, they kind of helped to kind of show that human side of me, and that kind of helped me not to get stereotyped, if I may say so. Also, I don't know how it has happened to me. I have always played outlandish characters. Sati, I was a goddess. Nagin, season 1, season 2, I was a shape-shifting, snake woman. So, it would be very difficult for people to see me only as Saas Bahu in that kind of get-up, So I guess not only what I chose, but what chose me as well. So
Oh wow, that's a very Harry Potter thing you could say. The one,
yeah. Oh
the
yes,
visitor can
huge
choose
fan.
the one. Yeah, literally, Brahmastra. Literally, like honestly, there were so many moments which actually reminded me of Harry Potter as well. Like it was insane. I felt
Really?
like, yeah, there was like especially that relationship between Shiva and Guruji. You know, it was
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Harry and Dumbledore in a very
Yeah.
weird way, and I kind of really liked that. Actually, it was wonderful. But yeah, so you said that you're used to playing outlandish characters, but I must tell you one thing that I think your eyes and body language are extremely expressive.
Thank
You know, I think that's one thing that I've genuinely sort of seen from your acting craft. And you seem to have mastered that art of communicating without speech. So would you kind of contribute the fact that you have played such characters in the past as a way that's helped you develop the skill as well as an actor?
Like I said in the beginning of this interview, that there is everything that you do kind of uh, comes down to everything that I've done in the past have given me a certain experience, have taught me something. And I have each of those characters somehow stay with me. But I don't know. Yes, I mean, I don't know how to answer this question, but I truly believe that for this, I had to completely shed everything. All that I had learned, I had to completely let go of those things. Yes, it contributed in a way where all the work that I have done has made me a slightly more competent actor, I would say.
Mm.
But this particular role actually forced me to wake up in the morning and feel like a beginner. So that I had to be an open slate. I had to be completely open to receive Ayan's direction, to kind of understand what he wanted from me, and to kind of I still remember during one of the rehearsal takes, I was saying it in a certain way, and there was a lot of projection. This was the first we started shooting with the climax. That was the first sequence we shot in
Oh
Brahmastra.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was 5.5 years back. And I was on set and we were doing the first rehearsal, and we couldn't find the right tune where I come and thank you, tune hame Brahmastra tak pahuncha. Shukriya, tumne hame Brahmastra tak pahuncha diya. And then we finished the rehearsal, and all of us were unanimously had agreed that we hadn't find the right tone. And then at night, after a full days, I think 14-15 hours of rehearsal, we went back to the hotel, sat with the writers, with Ayan, and we kind of worked it out about for what we really needed to do. So this has been a completely new slate, new kind of learning for me, one that I'm never going to forget, one that is going to stay with me forever, because I really have worked hard to get this
Yes,
character right.
definitely. No, you really have, and it comes across. Let me tell you that. Like even honestly, like I had watched another interview of yours, and I think you had said that initially it was supposed to be like a cameo appearance, something like, but then it became
Yeah, it was
a
a special appearance.
full-fledged role.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it became a full-fledged role, and you were literally the antagonist of the. I mean, God, I mean, I can't even imagine how that must have been for you. I think just getting that initial reaction that, oh my God, I'm actually going to be the main heroine. But no, I think that's wonderful. But look, I think my next question, because we have to wrap up actually.
Yeah.
So it's split in two parts. Bhari question, sorry, but I think it'll be good to sort of ask. Behind one Brahmastra, there must be several stories of immense struggles and hardships. So what have difficult times taught you, especially in a cutthroat profession like this? And second part of the question is, what direction do you aspire or hope the film success will take you in now?
That you treat all the difficult times with as much love as you give to the good ones. In Shiv Puran, there is a line, na samman ka moh, na apman ka bhay, which means that don't be too jumpy or joyous in your good times or when people praise you, and don't be so fazed with disappointment, and don't be so sad and depressed when it's you're on your low or somebody insults you. So that is something that has stayed with me forever. Also, I come from a family background which is very I have both my mom's side of the family and that side of the family, they're very academically inclined, and that's the career path I thought I was also going to choose. I wanted to be an IAS officer. So my mom, I think she must have come to my set once in in the 16 years of my career. So that's I know one thing, that I do what I do for the love of it and not for anything else. So then I don't take it very seriously. My journey has been a complete roller coaster. I have sometimes I have received a lot of love, but most of the times I have received a lot of criticism, lots of faced a lot of evil. But I have taken it to my stride, and today I can actually say I'm a very happy person. I see, the purpose of your life is to actually do seva and to help, and be a good person. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And that's the way that I want to lead my life. And I've been very lucky to have the family that I do and the friends that I do. My husband is my biggest cheerleader, and so is my mom and dad-in-law. Very happy. So yeah, that's the answer to your first part of the question. The second one being, what do I expect for the film for me?
Yeah, the direction now. Yeah.
Again, I truly believe that good work will get you more work, and there's no shortcut to hard work. I have never shied away from it. I am not going to now, and I am just open. I'm open to receive. So if there is a meaty part, there is something that is good, that challenges me, that I feel like that will show my versatility as an actor, I want to do those. And I hope and pray that those kind of good parts and great parts come to me, and I just want to continue working.
Oh, they're coming to you, Mouni. Trust me. I can guarantee that. Honestly, you've left. It's so heartening to see you do such a role, like I said, and I think it's so wonderful. I think your performance in Brahmastra is such a big win and inspiration for so many outsider actors. And I'm so happy that we have our own fantasy, almost superhero like film in India. I mean, it's just
Me too.
I'm so happy. You have no idea. Like, I watched it in 3D and I was in it felt like a very different film in 3D actually. So I'm very happy and proud that you're a part of this amazing journey, and I'm really glad that we got to actually have our interview at the back of this film as well. So thank you so much, Mouni, for joining me on Filme Shilmy.
Lots of love for all the kind words that you spoke. Thank you.
Thank you. I can't wait to catch up with you again super soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye.